Hi, everybody, and welcome back to week 5 of our Human Behavior and the Social Environment 1 class here at Widener. I hope you're having a terrific week. So this week, we're going to focus primarily on middle childhood and adolescence here on our online platform in Engage. So we're going to focus on the biopsychosocial development during middle childhood as well as adolescence. And adolescence is now being viewed as extending to the mid-20s, and this is really due to ongoing changes in neurobiology and brain biology, brain development that we know as a result of recent as well as emerging literature. So the first thing that you want to do is that you want to make sure that you carefully peruse all of the great learning resources that we have here for you under objectives, readings, and media. After you do that, you want to come on down to the first discussion board, the first of 3 here, and do your week 5 check-in in regard to your older adult oral video presentation. So you only have 1 more week left to complete your older adult oral video presentation. That said, there's plenty of time for questions. So as always, if you feel uncertain, you have questions, you're struggling with this particular assignment in any way, please feel free to reach out to me. Here on the discussion board, you're going to talk to one another about what portions or steps have you completed, what portions or steps of your oral video presentation do you have left. So again, you're remembering that you're not required to interact with peers or respond to them. You're just simply posting your own check-in. But as always, you're always welcome to respond to your peers, offering advice, suggestions, ideas. So after you complete that check-in, you're going to come down to our second discussion board post here on week 5 in regard to theoretical perspectives. So what you want to do for this particular post is using one theoretical perspective. Examples of that include attachment theory, Piaget, Erikson, and Kohlberg. You want to discuss the impact of violence in television, media, and the movies on growth and development, learning, and social interaction in middle childhood. You also want to do the same for adolescence. So after you post this on the discussion board, you want to make sure that you're following up with at least one classmate, again, preferably one classmate who does not yet have responses. So in your response, you're discussing the similarities and differences between your post and those of your peers. Does your choice in theoretical perspective seem to affect how the impact of violence is viewed? So again, the initial post is due on Thursday, and those follow-up responses are due anywhere between Friday up until Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So now we're going to shift our focus and attention to your third discussion board assignment here in week 5. It's theoretical application. It's a fun exercise that really helps you connect these theories that we're learning about directly to practice. So for your initial post prompt, you want to make sure that you're completing all 3 steps here. So step 1 is to identify and describe a social problem or social issue that teenagers face during adolescence. So examples of those issues include, but they're not limited to, teenage pregnancy, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer issues, underrepresented racial and ethnic groups, oppression and discrimination, bullying, etc. So really the sky is the limit there. And again, if you're struggling to identify an issue or if you want to check one out with me beforehand, absolutely feel free to reach out to me. So step 2, you're going to do some research, making sure that you're looking at scholarly literature and data, going to reliable websites that end in .gov, finding a couple of research articles on the social problem or issue that you chose. So using what you've learned from this scholarly literature or reliable data and citing appropriately, you're going to identify 3 challenges related to this social problem or issue. And finally, step number 3, you're going to discuss the challenges and then develop a school program to address one of the challenges that you've identified. So again, you're taking care to make sure that you include all of the citations for any information that you used from our course materials or other outside references. So you want to make sure that you're following up with at least one of your classmates here. And in your response, you want to discuss the similarities and the differences differences between your post and those posts of your peers. So again, as always, the initial post is due on Thursday, and follow-up responses are due between Friday, and definitely the deadline, of course, is Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And finally, this week, you are remembering that your older adult annotated bibliography is due, so you can submit it right here on our Engage platform in the folder. So I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing and reading your responses here on our discussion board.